Today I'm passing through Manganui and I'm really excited about it because the last time I was here was about a year and a half ago. And actually when I came to New Zealand, this is the first place where I stayed right after Auckland. I stayed for about 4 months. This is where I found my first job, my first friends. It was kind of like my introduction to New Zealand. So I'm really happy to be here again. Although it feels kind of weird at the same time because I met a lot of friends here and none of them are in New Zealand anymore. Like they all left months and months ago. But I'm still very happy to be here, and today I will go to the main beach of Manganui and then I'm going to climb the mount itself, so I will have that beautiful view of the whole city. So that was the main beach of Manganui. It's a really good place for surfing, although maybe not today. I can see only 2 surfers over there and they look like they're having much fun. But one thing that I can remember from this place is that the water is always freezing. It doesn't matter if it's summer or winter, the water is freezing. And right now I will go all the way there to the mount. I think it takes about half an hour to climb all the way to the top. Like I can't really remember, but I think it was half an hour. So, see you there. So that was the Mount, one of my favorite places in New Zealand. It was really amazing to revisit this place because the last time I was here was about a year and a half ago. And I forgot how steep it can be. Like it takes about half an hour to get to the top and I'm still really out of shape. And it's also very touristy, like even now there were about 100 people over there and I still feel really awkward filming myself in public, so for the last half an hour I've been searching for a quiet place to record this. But anyway, I'm going back to my car now because I have to drive all the way to the East Cape to watch the world's first sunrise. So East Cape is all the way on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand, and it's officially the first place that gets to see the sunrise. So I cannot wait for that, and it's going to be a really amazing experience. I had to stop on the way to get a new memory card because I'm filming so much these days. I ran out of memory again. And of course, my usual breakfast, Red Bull and one of these, white chocolate chip cookie. So, I left Tauranga around 5 this afternoon and I was supposed to go to this one campground which is only like 3 hours away. But that campground was closed. It's actually closed during the winter and I didn't know that. And there is no signal in this area, so I couldn't even look it up online or anything. So I spent the next 2.5 hours just driving around trying to find a place to spend the night. And eventually I found this one campground which is right next to the East Cape Lighthouse where I'm supposed to go tomorrow for that world's first sunrise. So I got lucky at the end, I guess. So I'm going to bed now and I need to get up in a few hours and hopefully I will be able to do a really nice time lapse of that first sunrise tomorrow. The world's first sunrise. So I had to wake up around 5 this morning. I had to drive to this place and it takes about 15 minutes to get from the car park to this lighthouse, or about 800 steps more or less. And when I got here the first time, I was a bit disappointed because it was really cloudy and I couldn't really see anything, and my time lapse didn't really work, so I had to wait for about an hour, maybe a bit more than an hour, and nothing was really happening. And then this happened in the last 5 minutes basically, so I finally got to see some sunlight. And honestly, I'm more than happy right now because I got a chance to see the world's first sunrise. It was a really unique experience, and I'm so happy that I decided to wait. My battery on my camera died, so I have to switch to GoPro. I really need to buy some spare batteries, I always forget. Last night I slept on the back seat of my car, which was not fun for me because I'm 6'4", almost 2 meters, and this car is way too small for me, so I didn't get any sleep last night. And now after this sunrise I have to drive all the way down to Gisborne, which is another 3 or 4 hours of driving, and honestly I'm so exhausted, I can barely keep my eyes open, and this drive is going to be a nightmare for me. It took me 3 hours to get from the East Cape to Gisborne, and I had such a hard time driving because I'm so tired and I can barely keep my eyes open. But now I'm here in Gisborne, and I've been looking for some hostels in the area, and they're all closed except for one. So this hostel used to be an old convent or a church or something like that. Now I stayed in hostels before, there used to be jails, for example, but I've never been in a convent before, and to be honest, this one looks much creepier than the other one. Like, people are nice, there's a nice vibe, but just the building itself is very creepy. So this is where I'm spending the night. It's a really old building, but I don't mind. It's a piece of history in a way. So it's around 3 p.m. right now. It's still really early, but I feel so tired I can barely keep my eyes open. So I'm just going to sort this mess out and then I'm going straight.